AI and empathy. How great leaders think in the age of algorithms. A war room in London, and it was 1941. Charts cover the walls. Statistical forecasts predict disaster. Supply lines are collapsing. Enemy submarines dominate the Atlantic. The data says Britain cannot survive. But one man looked at the numbers, paused, and chose to trust something else. Judgment, instinct, courage. That man was Winston Churchill. And today, nearly a century later, leaders face the same dilemma. But this time, the charts are not drawn by analysts. They are generated by artificial intelligence. The question every modern leader must answer is this: how do you lead when algorithms know everything, but wisdom still belongs to humans? This is leadership in the age of algorithms. We are entering a new era of leadership. AI can now analyze millions of data points, forecast demand, detect risk patterns, optimize supply chains, and generate financial insights in seconds. A modern executive can open a dashboard and instantly see revenue projections, market forecasts, risk exposure. But here is the uncomfortable truth. More data does not automatically produce better leadership. History shows that the greatest decisions were rarely made by data alone. They required judgment, courage, and empathy. And that is where modern leadership must evolve. During the Second World War, Churchill was not leading blindly. Britain had an entire statistical apparatus analyzing wartime production, logistics, and supply chains. Teams of analysts calculated shipping losses, aircraft production rates, food reserves, and industrial output. These numbers were vital, but Churchill understood something deeper. Statistics describe the battlefield. They do not determine destiny. In moments when the numbers looked bleak, Churchill relied on something data cannot easily measure: human resolve, morale, belief. He famously told the British people, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." A spreadsheet cannot measure courage, but great leaders must. Now, fast forward to today. Executives sit in glass offices surrounded by dashboards powered by machine learning. AI models forecast sales trends, hiring needs, investment risks, and credit exposure. A modern CFO might have access to more analytical power than an entire government department had in 1940. But the leadership challenge remains the same. AI can tell you what is happening. It cannot tell you what kind of future you want to build. That still requires human judgment. This is where a concept I call financial strategic leadership becomes essential. Most organizations treat finance as a reporting function. Numbers arrive after decisions are made. But great leaders think differently. They understand that finance is not just accounting, it is strategic intelligence. Financial strategic leadership means leaders combine three capabilities. Financial awareness is understanding the numbers that drive the organization. Strategic judgment is knowing which decisions create long-term value. Human leadership is understanding people, motivation, and behavior. AI can enhance the first two, but only humans can master the third. AI can dramatically strengthen leadership. It can help leaders see patterns humans may miss, identify risks earlier, allocate capital more effectively, forecast scenarios faster. Imagine a CEO deciding whether to expand into a new market. AI might analyze market growth, demographic shifts, competitor activity, cost structures, and so on. But then comes the real leadership decision. Do we take the risk? Do we invest? Do we believe in this opportunity? AI informs the decision. Leadership makes the decision. Empathy becomes critical. In the age of algorithms, one leadership skill becomes even more valuable: empathy. Why? Because organizations are still made of people. Employees want meaning. Customers want trust. Investors need confidence. And none of these things are created by algorithms. They are created by leadership. A leader who only understands numbers will struggle. But a leader who understands both numbers and people becomes extraordinarily powerful. The leaders of the next 20 years will not simply be technologists. They will be something more sophisticated. They will be AI-fluent human leaders. Leaders who can interpret data, question algorithms, understand financial signals, make strategic decisions, and lead people with empathy. In other words, they will practice financial strategic leadership. History and technology together reveal three powerful lessons. Lesson 1: Data informs leadership. It does not replace leadership. Lesson 2: Financial intelligence is becoming a core leadership skill. The leaders who understand capital, risk, and value creation will dominate the future. Lesson 3: Empathy will become a competitive advantage. Because while machines analyze systems, only humans understand people. Churchill once stood in a war room surrounded by numbers predicting defeat. Yet he chose to believe in something deeper: human potential. Today, our war rooms look different. They are filled with algorithms and dashboards. But the leadership challenge remains exactly the same: to combine data, judgment, finance, strategy, and humanity. Because in the end, the most powerful intelligence in any organization is still human leadership. If you are a manager, entrepreneur, or executive preparing for the next level of leadership, you will increasingly need to understand finance, strategy, and decision-making in a world powered by AI. That is exactly why I developed the Financial Strategic Leadership Framework. On this channel, we explore the ideas, history, and strategies that help leaders think more clearly about money, decisions, and long-term value. If that interests you, consider subscribing, because the future will belong to leaders who understand both algorithms and humanity. Join us for more information on this exciting journey.